everybody? Welcome to Capital of Combat. The name says it all. I'm Hakeem Branch.
Rob Jarrell.
And today we're going to preview this Saturday's middleweight mega fight between lineal middleweight champ Miguel Cotto, because he just got stripped, and Saul Canelo-Alvarez.
Puerto Rico versus Mexico.
Yes. At a catch weight of 155, which anything above 154 is still middleweight.
Oh well.
But, you know, these are both guys who are physically smaller. They don't want to go that high. They both signed a contract, that's on them. So, like Rob said, we got the Mexican-Puerto Rico rivalry here. We got the old lion against the young lion. Well, the cliches we got out there.
I don't really know.
Me either. Those are the two big ones. Youth and experience. Well, that's kind of what the old lion, young lion is. But with Canelo-Alvarez, we got a guy who has decent power, pretty fast hands, throws really good combinations, and is a pretty tough guy. With Miguel Cotto, we got someone who's also pretty tough, decent hand speed, real good power. But there's one thing that Cotto does much better than Canelo, and that's using the feet. What you got, Rob?
Well, that's basically, I think, is really going to come down to it. It's going to be Cotto's movement versus Canelo's pressure. And Canelo really isn't a pressure fighter. He's more of a boxer puncher.
Right.
He can, once you get in his wheelhouse, he can rattle off 3, 4, 5 punch combinations with very good speed and quite a bit of pop to him.
Yep.
Now the thing is, he's not really super athletic. Doesn't have the fastest feet to close distance.
Yeah.
And if you've seen anything, he was trying to walk Sanders Laura down. He was trying to walk Floyd Mayweather down. He was trying to walk Austin Trout down. The difference is Trout kind of came to him at times and didn't have quite the hands and got caught. He was knocked down in that fight, but it was a pretty competitive fight. So was the Laura fight. We all know the point of that. Laura, instead of taking advantage of tight circles, was using and was on his bicycle. I'm sorry to say, I hate to say that, but it made it look like he was giving up ground to Canelo. Cotto is not going to do that. Now, Cotto will retreat if he's in too much trouble, but under Freddie Roach, you can see that he's pretty much rejuvenated physically and skill-wise, bringing back the stuff that he did well, setting up punches off his jab, especially that left to the body.
Oh yeah, and I love the way that he's a lot more on his toes now than what he used to be. He's doing that in and out foot movement that you see from a certain Filipino legend. He also cuts angles a lot more than he used to. Mm-hmm. And that's big for someone who has a big left hook like Cotto does. So, what we're going to see, I believe, a very good fight here. With two guys who have a lot on the line as far as bragging rights. Cotto's pretty much done everything he's needed to done. He's putting cherries on top of he's going to the Hall of Fame. That's right. Already stamped. Canelo is still young. He's like 25, right?
Yeah, it's like 24, 25.
Yeah, he's got a lot more fighting. He's probably going to be done by 30 though, because he started at like 15 to 16.
Yeah, we had this conversation. He's already like at 40 something fights now.
Yeah, he's got close to 50 fights. But he's in his physical prime. Cotto is not. But Cotto is still able to do damage. And I think he'll be able to do damage to Canelo. I will be impressively shocked if he's able to really, really hurt him to the point of stopping him.
Mm-hmm.
But with his power, it is possible. Cotto has shown some shakiness in his chin, so I can see both guys getting hurt at some point in this fight, but both guys being able to weather those storms, and we get a pretty close decision that I think is going to go Cotto's way. And I think the footwork is what's going to carry him, because he'll be able to cut more angles and get out of trouble easier than Canelo will. So he will be able to dodge a few more punches, set up a few more punches, and take just a tad less punishment than Canelo will. But don't get me wrong, I was going back and forth for at least 2 months on this. I was like, I think Cotto's going to get knocked out. And I was like, I think Canelo's youth's going to take it. And I was like, no, Cotto's going to knock him out. No, Cotto's going to use his experience and win a decision. Oh, hell, I don't know. But then, I just sat down, watched some film, and I'm confident that Cotto can win a decision. That's where I'm going with it.
I can see Cotto winning a split decision, because there's going to be times where I think Cotto's going to give in rounds. Mm-hmm. He's not going to be, he doesn't have the greatest stamina for 12-round fights, especially from what we've seen where he's had to take a little bit of punishment, because he will fight going backwards. But I don't think I think he's going to wear Canelo down. His movement, his constant in and out, trying to keep up with him, because we know he doesn't cut off the ring. He does not cut off the ring, and that's not good versus a guy like Cotto who's going to use that lateral movement.
Yeah.
But Cotto, he is going to catch Cotto in spots.
Yeah.
And he's going, those punches, especially if he starts reeling them off, are really going to show to the judges quite a bit. When he gets hit, it's going to be, you got hit.
Right.
I got hit. Let me back up, man. Let me go back to this movement, which is going to just make it look like he gave up ground to Canelo. So that pressure is what's going to give Canelo rounds. Cotto, again, rejuvenated. I can see that lateral movement going to the body. I can see him really, really, really throwing that hook to the body and follow up by a right off a jab. He has one of the best jabs in boxing, especially for a guy that's much shorter than a lot of his opponents.
Yeah. And that left hook to the body is something that has not really been landed on Canelo often. I can't think of any opponent that's ever given Canelo a dedicated body attack other than Floyd Mayweather, and Floyd Mayweather was dwarfed by Cotto-Alvarez. So they took a little bit of steam out of him, but they weren't really debilitating shots like he's going to get from Cotto. And with someone who fights in spurts like Canelo does, will be another reason why I believe Cotto will be able to pull away later on in the fight. Anything you want to add before we go?
No. Guillermo Rigondeaux will be on this card. He was just signed to Rock Nation Sports against a guy named Drian Francisco. It's a showcase fight.
Just like we had with Lomachenko a few weeks ago.
It's probably going to be boring unless Guillermo Rigondeaux said, hey, you're going down, you're going out, I got to get this money.
Yeah, and he does have it in him. People forget that his knockout ratio is like, I think in like 60 or 70%. It's pretty high. Mm-hmm. So he can knock people out. It's just sometimes he just chooses. It depends on the skill level of the opponent. And this guy isn't up there, so he should be taken out of there. And he needs to make a statement because of all the bad press he's gotten about his style.
Because I think he was with Caribe somewhat. He was with Top Rank, who after that Donaire schooling he put on, he was too boring. I'm like,
I enjoyed it.
It might be boring when you make your... What did Roy Jones say?
He just made him look like nobody.
Right.
So, yeah, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like this video. Subscribe if you haven't. If you have anything you want to add on the fight, give us some insight. Hit us up in the comments section. Give us your predictions. You can hit us up on Facebook, Google+, Instagram, CapitalofCombat, email at gmail.com. You got any questions? Put you in the combat mailbag. Stay tuned for new episodes of Technical Toolbox. And we will see you guys in the next episode. Peace.
This is round one, and you've already lost. They don't seem to see that everything we've done is coming and cost. My fists are on fire, I perform till I perspire. My demons are in a rage, keep thinking that it's a game. I kick rhyme, hurricane. I told them I don't play, I'm liquid.
Black Street Fighter.